Hey, what's up? It's your boy Lincoln Komape here, back with another banger. So this week, especially this video, as you saw the title, I'm gonna be fully analyzing with you guys and showing you guys exactly how I trade and how I accumulate profits. Last NFP, I made a withdrawal of 4,000 Rand from 700 Rand. So it's all because of the analysis that I'm about to show you here for free. All you need to do is subscribe and leave a like, and for mentorship and everything else, make sure to click the link below in the description, right? So you want to click the link in the description and open a trading account if you don't have one already with Alpha Markets, right? If you don't have one, click the link and you basically be led here, right? Whereby after registering, you'll be able to log in. When you're done, ensure that you go to funds, deposit funds, and make sure that you're depositing to the Alpha account, Alpha 100 or standard account, depending on the account that you opened when registering. And you can see all payment methods are here if you want to deposit. Now, I always suggest that you deposit a minimum of 1,000 Rand or more, simply because the more you fund with Forex is the more chances that you will get in terms of profits and the analysis that I'm about to show you guys right here. So now let's step into the charts. I'm going to show you guys, we're going to be analyzing two major currency pairs, two indices, and also two minor currency pairs. I know I said two indices. Gold is a commodity, not an indice, but whatever, we're still going to analyze it as well. So let's start ahead and with USD JPY, right? So with trading, basically technical analysis, what you want to do is you want to check the overall movement of the market right now, right? So how we do that is that we use the daily time frame to see exactly the overall movement of the market, right? So throwing this trend line right here, as you can see, my trend lines are always below the wick or on top of the wick. They should never cut through the wick or cut through the candle. So from this trend line right here that I drew it from the lowest point of the current market price and the highest point of the current market price, right? So from this trend line right here, I can already see that the market in USD JPY is moving in an upward direction, right? It's going bullish, right? So I already have 1, 2, and I'm looking for a third touch here to confirm my buy. As you can see, it almost touched, but it flew up, right? And then I drew another trend line right here for the short-term sell, even though we are still moving up overall. I just wanted to see that, like, okay, since we're moving in a buy and right here we have a short-term sell, if it breaks this trend line off the sell, then I'm gonna hit for more buys because the overall direction confirmed it, right? So now, as I said, you start with the daily time frame and then you go to the 4 hour, and then your entries are always on the 1 hour. So the 4 hour is just a shorter version of the daily time frame. Basically, you will see that if you draw the trend line again, it'll basically show you that, okay, we have more touches on the trend line and we're still moving up, right? If you want to enter, you scale down to the 1 hour time frame. Now on the 1 hour time frame, remember with all the YouTube videos that you have watched before, that third touch confirms the direction, right? So on the 1 hour, you can see we have 1, 2, and then we almost had one here, but we have a third one right here just hit. So that's why we're moving down. Now since the overall movement of this market is a buy, we're not gonna reject seeing the sells, right? We know that we are supposed to be trading the overall direction, but in this 1 hour time frame, even though we are moving up overall from the daily, but right now I just got a third touch from a trend line. Now remember, a third touch from any trend line confirms the direction. We know that overall we're going for a buy, but right now we have a third touch on the sell, so we're looking for the sell to start here and end off here on this overall buy. So if I were a trader, so if I were to take this trade right now, I'll basically take a sell here, make sure that my risk to reward ratio is 1, 2, 3, right? So I'm going to put my stop loss right here, and then I told you that we're looking for the third touch here, right? Because we know the overall movement is a buy. So I'll enter my trades right now, right? So that is USD JPY. So anything that is against the US should go opposite. For example, Euro USD. So let's check Euro USD right now. If you check Euro USD, just like I said, anything that that is against the US dollar should be headed the opposite direction, which it currently is. That's basically the fundamentals of Forex and basic Forex logic, right? That the opposite of any pair that you go to should have a different direction, right? So remember, we had on the 1 hour time frame, we're still on the 1 hour. Remember, we had Let me just share my screen right there, make sure that I'm recording actually. So remember on the Euro USD, we actually going the opposite direction, right? On the 1 hour time frame, whereby USD JPY we were going up, right? So now let's start again on the daily time frame. As we go on a daily time frame, you can see that let me just minimize it. You can see that on the daily time frame we are just breaking this upward movement, right? On the daily time frame we're breaking the upward movement. Remember, a breakout and retest of a trend line means that we change in direction. So if we're going over our buys here but we broke this trend line, it means that we're now going for sells, right? As you can see on the sells on top, we have 1, 2, and we're waiting for the third touch, which we are not gonna get now. But if you scale down to the 4 hour time frame, you basically scale down each time you look for entries, right? So right now it's the same movement. Right now it just broke this upward trend line, so what we're looking for is actually a retest. So we're looking for the market to, it broke, but now we're waiting for it to retest, which it did with this candle right here, right? It broke out and then it retested right here on this blue one right here. Now it confirmed the direction because it broke out and retested below the trend line. So now if you're a trader, you probably take your sell here, but if you missed it, you can scale down to the 1 hour time frame. With currencies, you want to take trades, you want to open your trades on the 1 hour candlestick. You want to take entries on the 1 hour time frame, right? Because as you can see with the 4 hour it was like a bit messy, but with the 1 hour it broke out, retested, broke out. Now this is retesting again clean. So as soon as this current candle closes, right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically take sells. And remember, the risk to reward ratio is always 1, 2, 3, right? If you don't know what I mean by risk to reward ratio is 1, 2, 3, I mean this right here, risk to reward ratio, it's at 2.92 now, so I can leave it. As long as it's been between 1 and 3, then you leave it. So right now I would take my trades, especially considering that it just currently hit 3 o'clock and the candlestick just opened. What I'm expecting is for it to float down. Obviously it won't flow directly down with one candlestick because the market moves with lower highs and lower lows, right? All right, so now let's take a look at indices. Indices, I use basically 2 time frames only, but then again I still check the overall direction of the market, right? I can see that the overall direction of the market is a buy, right? But I can also see that on the daily time frame, the market has been rejecting to pass this current level right here. This is why I drew a rectangle right here, and it makes sense because even on NFP it failed and it went down. NFP plays a huge role in terms of like indices and our analysis, right? Usually what the market does after NFP or fundamental analysis is that the following week it continues with the direction that it took on that fundamental event. So now I did say that the daily time frame confirms the overall movement of a buy, right? But in the short term, what we use, I don't actually use 4 hour time frame on US30. What I do is I use 15 and 5. So the daily time frame I just use it to confirm overall direction, but the 15 and 5 I use it to basically enter, right? So on the 15 you can see that from the highest point of the market, which is here currently, from the highest point until the lowest, I drew a trend line. So I have 1 touch, 2 touch, and I think I have a 3rd touch right there. Let's just look. I already entered my trades. Yeah, so I have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touches, and just like I said, you can see the market is heading my direction right now because I said after 1, 2, 3 touches the market heads down. So right now the risk to reward ratio, you'll see that it's 1 to 3 even here on US30, so it's on 2.92, and as you can see I am currently melting in deep nice profits right there, all because of a simple technique. After the 3rd touch of any trend line of any direction, it confirms the direction, right? So now I'm waiting for it to come back here, because why am I waiting for it to come back here? Because I know the overall movement is a buy. So as soon as it touches here and closes below, I mean above this kind of this trend line right here of the buy, then I know that now I'm taking buys, you know. But this is just a short-term sell. Like I said, the overall movement is a buy. So I said I used the 15-minute and the 5 5-minute time frame. And actually at the 5-minute time frame is where I saw the sell, because I have 1, 2, 3 touches and I'm scaling down, right? So now moving on to gold, we basically do the same thing, guys. But on gold, I didn't fully do analysis on it, except just check actually the current movement of the market, right? And I can see it's heading in an upward direction, but there is no analysis as to yet. But on the daily time frame, I do have 1 and 2 touches. I'm waiting for the 3rd touch right there. If I'm while waiting for the 3rd touch, you can scale down and look on different time frames whether you have touch or not, right? So that's basically what I did, and I didn't find anything but 2 touches. I'm still waiting for my 3rd touches, right? So now going to the last 2 pairs, minor currency pairs. We go back to currencies. It's not indices, so we use daily time frame. We can see we have 1, 2 touch. Okay, do I have a 3rd touch? No. The market is moving in a buy overall direction, even though it is moving in a sell right here currently, but we know that the overall direction is a what? Is a buy, right? So yes, these sells are possible, but if you want to be a safe trader, even through these sells, you basically just have to draw your trend line, wait for the breakout of this trend line, and then confirm your buy, because you saw that the overall market direction is a buy, right? So this is AUD and ZD, right? So this is basically what I'm waiting for here. I'm waiting for the market to basically pull up, break this trend line if I'm going to be a safe trader, right? So the last currency right here, it's basically USD ZAR, right? USD ZAR, you basically do the same thing. It's basically a method that I keep on repeating, guys. It's so easy. Daily time frame, I see the overall movement is a buy. I got 1, 2 here on the sells. On this bearish momentum here, I got 2 candlestick touches. It's heading down. I'm waiting for it to come back here, as you can see on the daily time frame, but I do know that it's a overall market, bullish market, right? So now decreasing to the 4-hour time frame, I think I have more touches on the time frame, on the trend line, right? I have 1, I have 2, but this one is cutting down. So remember, this is the time frame, the trend line that I drew on the daily time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, the trend line that you're gonna draw is basically like this. Remember, I shouldn't cut through any wicks, and I can see that I don't have any entries right now. If I don't have any entries right now, what do? I basically scale down to 1 hour, check again if I have any entries that I can use to enter, and no, I just have 1, 2. Remember, your candlesticks, your trend line should never cut on the candlesticks. It should always be below or above the wicks, right? And if you don't know what a wick is basically this part right here of a candle. This is a candle, and then this is a wick, these sticks that form the candle on top and on bottom. So that's basically my analysis. I only have entries on US 30 and another currency, but as you can see, it's completely fully working out. We are in deep blues right now. The market should head this direction. So yeah, then again, guys, I do have a trading bootcamp here by the Alpha Market offices. Every details and the links, and if you want more information, you can come trade with me officially for free. All you have to do is open your account with Alpha Markets using the link in the description, and basically fund a minimum of 500 rand so you can trade with me. CPI is this Wednesday, which is going to be the 12th of June. So make sure that you pull up in numbers to come trade CPI with me completely. But if not, I'm going to host a Zoom session if you're further away or if you're not in South Africa. But shout out, guys. I'll see you guys later. Shout out.